slow time down.
So I'm just recording that now, Siobhan.
Okay.
And welcome. To anyone that's watching this tonight, lovely to have you with me, Siobhan. I've done a talk once before with you, but that was probably a good couple of years ago, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. And then I did a little workshop for you, probably just over a year ago. Do you remember meditation and light language healing class?
Yes,
Yeah.
really
Yeah, I'm sure
lovely.
we've met 3 times, Jackie. But anyway, thank you.
Oh,
Thank you for having
probably
me
have
here.
anyway.
Yeah,
Um,
anyway, doesn't matter.
yeah. Um, I'm going to show first. Oh, the page is open. Do I keep doing this? Okay, I'm just going to get your page open because I've got your website open, which is really lovely. Well, I've got it open, but open there. So I just want to show this. This is Siobhan's website. Share screen. And this will just start us off. Awaken your divine potential. And, you know, light language healing activations, vibrational medicine, Akashic record reading, light language essences, animal communication and healing, meditation downloads, light codes, healing and activation, astrology readings, solar return readings. My goodness, you do so much.
Do.
So I
I
just
think
want
at
people
some
to
point I
know
need
that's a
to.
little bit about you. And like you can look that up. Is it was it called Siobhan Purcell, yeah?
It's just my name, SiobhanPurcell.net. Yeah, I've got keep it easy. Yeah.
Exactly,
I'm
lovely.
unlikely to change my name, so yeah.
So, I haven't brought it through with me, but you've sent me a lovely light language essence. And I was very hopeful that I'd start speaking light language by taking it.
Well, keep going, keep going.
But it's nearly gone. But anyway, I've not been starting to talk light language. Do you know, like I've had so many friends. At one time, I never would have known what light language was. But obviously now I know so many people that are able to talk light language, and every single one sounds different. It's really weird, isn't it? But it's so definite in what you're, you know it's true. Well, you can tell if it's true or not, I think, because the way it comes out. And I know I've done workshops with Tim Wilde, and there's been people in the audience that have said, I've really got to speak this light language, and he just allows it. And then they come out with this beautiful, not very long, or sometimes it could be, I guess. But yeah, it's amazing. So I don't know what we're talking about tonight, light language and homeopathy. But you say whatever you want to share with us, Siobhan.
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you, Jackie. Um, so I, as you can see, I have a lot of offerings. And I wanted to talk primarily about my light language essences, but I'd just like to give you a little bit of background because it's through my knowledge of homeopathy that led me to creating the essences. There's quite an overlap between them. So I qualified as a homeopath in 2002, so I've been involved in homeopathy for a really, really long time. And I would say that most viewers know of homeopathy or have experienced it. So it's vibration medicine, effectively. And it treats the mind, the body, and the spirit. And what it does is the medicine stimulates the vital force to initiate healing. That's on a very, very simple level because our vital energy has its own intelligence. So when you go to see a homeopath, they choose a medicine. And what we do is we individualize a prescription. So say, for example, I were to do a consultation for you, Jackie. I sit and talk to you, or I ask questions, you do most of the talking. So I'm listening to you and I'm observing you, and I'm observing your energy, I'm observing how you react to certain questions. And at the end of that session, then I have a very good sense of what your current symptoms are. So, for example, you might have some kind of pathology, or you may have something going on mentally and emotionally. What I do is then I get a picture of you mentally, emotionally, and physically. And then I sit with like your story, your case, my case notes, and then I'll choose a prescription for you. So I might choose one remedy or a few remedies, and those remedies are similar to the symptoms that you're producing. So it's an individualized prescription. So that's basics of homeopathy. So you can use it for anything and everything, and it's a wonderful support right now during Ascension, particularly for anybody that is stressed or going through a great transition. It's a great add-on, even for people that are taking conventional medicine, or for people who perhaps are withdrawing from medication. Because I know as we're going through these years, a lot of people are saying, right, I'm not taking that anymore. So you can use the homeopathy alongside. It's very, very gentle, and it will just gently help you withdraw. So you just switch over to homeopathy, or perhaps eventually nothing at all. So when we make remedies, homeopathic remedies, what we do is we might take a substance, and the substance could be a plant or a mineral or a crystal, a stone, all sorts we use. And we use we use that substance, and it's broken down. So say, for example, it's a plant or a flower, it's broken down, it's diluted in alcohol. So it goes through this whole process, and then it goes through a whole process of dilution and succussion. So what you do is, like, you'll have, so that, say the substance is in here in water and alcohol, and you dilute it, like, you know, hundreds, even thousands of times, and it's succussed. So it's basically shaken, mostly still by hand, but also done by machines. And what happens eventually is it reaches a point where it's so dilute that all you're left with is the healing properties of that substance. So it's held in an energetic level. So if you were to put it under a microscope, you would see no substance there, but it's holding the energetic blueprint and the healing blueprint of that substance. Okay. So that's a little bit about homeopathy. And I mean, I've been practicing all these years and I still do that. But I worked in a homeopathic pharmacy in West London for 4 years, and part of that was through lockdown. So it was great. So it was just really nice to work in the pharmacy and to go back to the basics of how homeopathy is made. So about 10 years ago, it would have been not long after I started channeling light language, I got the idea to create some essences using light language. So took me a while to get there, and then last year I started to work with them, and it's using a similar process, but I'm using light codes. I'm putting light codes into the water and alcohol. So it's like imprinting the substance. And in homeopathy, that the substance, the water, the liquid is also being imprinted. So it's imprinted. It's like they're codes, effectively, healing codes. And the light language is quite different to that. Okay. Is there anything you want to ask me before I?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
How
I've said quite a lot there. So
how can you put light codes into it? Like, how could you capture a light code? Like, you can't, you know, if it was a flower, you've got an actual flower.
yeah, okay. I do it with intention. So with all of these that I've created, I've created all of them in nature. So I just go into my space to open up and bring the energy through. So when I do light language, I might speak it, sing it, tone it, whatever I do, sign it. You know, I do all of it now. I do all of it, and I paint it as well. It's kind of a very much part of me. Every sign, every movement, every word holds lots and lots of codes of light. So it's a divine intelligence, and it goes in. I might be just sitting with a bowl of water, or I'm just holding it, and it goes into it. It's just pure intention, really, like sunlight, you know. And lots of people, they will have a bottle of water and they leave it in the sunlight, and they know that they're receiving the energy from the sun, not just the heat from it, but you know, the rays of the sun are coming in. So it's that. And then I'd also, for every essence that I created, I did light codes. I did paintings as well, 2 images, so basically channeled them as well. And then I left the water sitting on the images.
Well, that's what I was going to say.
So
Do you do that?
it receives it. Yeah. I mean, I'm
Oh,
kind of simplifying it there, but that's it really. So all these wonderful codes of light are coming in. So it's imprinting in the water. And you probably know that, Jackie, from Veda Austin's work. Look all the work that she's done around water.
because
I mean,
that's what's going through my mind. If you were to freeze a small sample of that into a petri dish,
I know.
and there, what you've drawn, done in art, will come out in the water. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
fascinating.
I know. I'd love to do that at some point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be
Yeah.
so interesting to see. How did you first know you could do light language? How did that ever start?
It it came because I was living in New Zealand. You know, I've moved around a lot, bit of a nomad. I was living in a little cottage on all this land. I even had my own little forest and everything. And I was so quite isolated. And I was listening to a webinar one night, and it was run by a guy called Brian De Flores. And nobody seems to know him today. I don't know where he went to. Must have ascended and left the planet. And he used to create light language graphics. And on this particular night, he had a guest on his show, and her name was Jamie Price. I don't know. Have you heard of her, Jackie? Jamie Price?
That I can think of.
No, for me, she's like, I call her like the pioneer of light language. She's been doing light language for decades, but I'd never heard of her before. And he said, "Oh, Jamie is going to bring through a transmission, an Elven light language transmission." And as soon as she started, I was like, "Oh my God," it just touched me at such a deep level. And I thought, "Oh, I want to do that."
Really,
And I think she activated me just in that moment. But I was obviously ready on some level.
for sure.
My ego wasn't ready. um yeah, and that was the beginning, and I went on a long journey after that with it. Yeah, I mean, I shut it down for a while until it eventually come through.
What
um,
did that mean? Your ego wasn't ready for it?
the mind, because the mind gets in the way, doesn't it?
Yes.
you
Yeah,
know
you
you know
question what you're doing. Yes.
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
you know
interesting.
Yeah, like if somebody's in front of you and they're doing a light language transmission for you, I mean, the mind can go on overdrive thinking, what the hell are they talking about? Or try to understand it, or try to listen to it, see if you can understand the words or translate it. You can't do that. But so for the mind, when it meets this energy, it's just overwhelming. It's just too much for it to comprehend. It can't comprehend it, so it can go into a bit of panic, which is what's happening, which can happen to us now at the moment with all the waves of energy that are coming into the planet. Sometimes some days, I don't know how you are, but some days I just think, God, I feel like I'm losing my mind, and I don't know where I am, where I am. It's that similar thing, but the mind just can't compute. And I think it can create an obstacle to, in so many ways. So
I have heard that our higher self understands what the light language is saying to us. But I do also know that one of the events that you did, when we had a talk in Lyndhurst, and then we had a break, and you came up and did some light language for us. And
yeah,
I think you explained roughly what you'd been saying so that we would understand.
yeah. I might give a little summary. I'll never
Yeah,
you can't translate it word for word, but I might give
no,
a sense of it.
interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so you put, and what also went through my mind is I've got a lovely friend that used to do the mind body spirit fairs for us, Mark Willis, and he would do sound bowls while he made his chocolate.
Oh, nice.
So he had the sound, well, he had the sound bowl recording of what he's recorded doing sound bowls, and put that into his chocolate, and it was honestly the most divine chocolate.
Oh, yeah,
Well, I expect he still does it. I don't know.
bet it
I've
was.
seen
Yeah.
him for a while. He's Winchester.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
But it was really lovely. And that sort of opens your mind to think that the intention is the sound will go into the chocolate. And obviously a sound bath is so good for you.
It really, really is. And I
Mm.
think intention's a lot, isn't it? You know,
Yeah.
Jackie. Do you know, like I went back to London a couple of weeks ago and I went out and had breakfast with one of my close friends. And I mean, it was only scrambled eggs and smoked salmon. And I said to him, this food's been made with love. Can
Oh,
you feel it? I mean, it was just a,
skills.
but I just so, and I used to say it to my brother-in-law as a chef. I said, like, if you put love into your food, it's going to taste differently. And he said, oh, but it does. So
Yeah, it does.
putting sound and vibration, well, it is vibration because it's coming from the heart, isn't it? So you're emitting that frequency into whatever you're doing, you know?
Even stirring my cup of tea, or when I make Joe a cup of tea, I always think I'm stirring love in. Just anything
Oh,
you do, it's just a nice thing to do, isn't it?
oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, yeah,
Just a nice thought.
yeah.
So, how, when you take these essences, like the one that I've got from you for light language, what's so I'm taking that. What's the hope that it's doing for me?
Okay.
No, it's more than a hope, I know, but yeah,
No, no. I mean, I
my
think you're
body knows probably, but I don't
I
logically.
think you're in pretty good shape anyway, Jackie. If I can I just backtrack a little bit? I'll go
Yes,
back, just go through my process with them. So,
yes.
right, and I just want to overlap with homeopathy here. So in homeopathy, when a new remedy is made, it goes through like a little trial, like a proving. We call it a proving, which is be similar to like a medical clinical trial. So people take the remedy blind and then they take too much of it and then yes they start to produce symptoms, and today we do those provings some people do them slightly differently, but we get a sense of what that substance is capable of curing in a sick person or what it can do for them. Now with each and every one of these essences that I made, I went on my own journey. So yes, like I went on a journey with each of them. So it was like I had to, in order for me to understand how they could help other people, but also to bring some healing for me and to transform me so that I was in the best state in order to create them and bring them out into the world. Um, and the so yeah, each one is different, and I've had a lot of feedback, which you probably can see on the website. I've had lots of testimonials now, and they've really not been around that long. Um, Ascension is my intention, although I kind of hand it over really, was to support people on this journey with whatever they're going through. And we're all going through such a profound time of change. So to support you in whatever you're dealing with. So like perhaps living still in a 3D world, or if people are having relationship breakups, or whatever challenge they might be facing, that essence is there to support them. But what it's really, really doing is helping each person to align with their real path. So it could be, for talking about relationships, for example, because that's quite a common one, that there may be people in our lives that we no longer resonate with. And so that ascension essence will just help you go through the process of moving from them. So what I feel it does is it's really, really about alignment, aligning you. If you're not really in the place that you should be or doing what you're meant to be doing, what your soul is calling for you to do, that essence will very, very gently move you there. And also to deal with, the kind of fallout from that. And then once you're aligned, it brings focus. So I think also it's also a little reminder to our being that we are on an ascension journey, and just to keep us focused on that, when we have the highs and the lows. So I've had quite a lot of feedback from that. Some people that took the essence went through a bit of a healing crisis, only in terms of like colds and flu, and that they really had to go deep within themselves and look at some of their shadows. And then they've come out the other side and had lots and lots of, realizations and shifts in their consciousness. So that's basically what that does on a simple level. But when I went through my own journey, it was showing me my repeating patterns and the old beliefs that I was holding and the conditioning that I probably was avoiding looking at before. And it was all clear there for me to see. So that was before I'd even made it. That's in the lead up. So, you know,
Oh, interesting. I mean, that was similar to last night because we had Lyra Luxford doing the past life regression talk. And
yeah,
that's very much about shadow, past lives, how that can help you understand the patterns in this life,
yeah,
and different things. Honestly, I love all of this. It's so interesting.
yeah. Shame I'd missed her last night, but
Oh no,
I
that's
think,
I'm not saying it for that, but
yeah,
yeah, it's still on as a recording you can get now. Anyway,
yeah, yeah.
but yeah, it was very interesting. I'll just share. I know this is off topic, but it
No,
did.
it's fine. Go ahead. Go ahead. I love it to be fluid. It's good.
It just reminded me, like, what really surprised me last night with that was that she said when we come back in a past life. When we come back in another life, we can choose to go back to the 17th, 15th, any because we are time. You've just said we're time travelers, or go to a future life because it's all happening now, and
Yeah.
that's really a mind stretch, really. But yeah, she seemed quite, because obviously she's done loads of past life regressions, so yeah, just a little thought there that we
Yeah,
could
yeah,
do
yeah.
any of that.
It's interesting because you said mind stretch, didn't you? Did you hear
Yeah,
that? Because the mind can't compute it, can it?
no.
So where would you go, Jackie? Where would you go? Backwards,
I
forwards? Where would you go?
always thought that we just evolved each time, that we were getting more knowing with all the different lives that we'd led, been because we've probably had thousands of lives.
Yeah,
And with each one, we would, we might have come, I don't know, from an insect to where we are now. And so I just thought it kept on evolving. So I'm still letting that land, really, to think that if
yeah.
I choose to come back again, that's apparently a choice. It absolutely is. And I do believe, because I've read The Afterlife of Billy Fingers. Have you read
Oh,
that?
yeah. I know of it, but I've not read it. Yeah.
I love that book. And
Mm.
that he's a real naughty boy. And so you would think he'd have to come back and pay for all what he's done that was naughty. But in actual fact, coming back through his sister, the knowledge and the wonderful wisdom that he shares with her, and she's now put into a book which she was never in touch with spirituality before. Um, so yeah, the whole thing is just wonderful, and it's so intertwined with all of these different things, isn't it, Siobhan?
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, yeah. We're and I feel like we're like reclaiming all those positive parts of ourselves right now, aren't we? You know,
Absolutely.
you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, has the essences, when it brought up shadow stuff for you, is it better to work through it with someone else or just work through it on your own or?
I I think that's an individual choice, really. But I feel like today, I think we have to really, really feel what we're going through because that's when, that's when we reach the light, and it can be really, really uncomfortable when we're in that dark place. But we're not in that dark place forever. We can come out. But I think if you're struggling and you do get stuck, then I think then you need to reach out, and I've got a great network of people that I can call upon,
Yes.
um, or a therapy, go to a therapist, somebody that can, be objective and support you. But you have to get the right person though, because there are
Someone that resonates with you, really look.
the right person for you. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when you're saying about the ascension, that what you're doing is also helping us through the ascension, for anyone that doesn't know or couldn't put a definition to ascension, can you do that?
Okay. I think it's quite a big one.
It is a big
I
one for
feel like,
sure.
yeah, I mean, on a really simple level, I would say that this is in this moment in time is where we're moving into the fullness of who we truly are. So,
Remembering how powerful we are as well,
yeah,
how wonderful we are.
and we're not just this physical, we're just so much more. And we've been programmed over, gosh, such a long time that we're small and we're slaves and whatever. So it's moving back into that. But it's also really, really about love. It's about really knowing what love is and fully embodying that. As long as we can do that, we can navigate whatever we're dealt with, that we face. So
I mean,
that's
for
how I
me,
see it on a simple level.
yeah, with obviously I do a lot of events with Tim, which has been very beneficial for me in understanding about the ascension somewhat. Because when I first heard about it, I actually felt that we'd have to make a decision if our families were not where we were on understanding the ascension. We'd have to make a choice to leave them and go to a higher vibration.
Yeah.
But that's not the case at all. Of course, you can all live together in harmony if that's what you choose, and you can see that
Mm.
for yourself going forward. But it is about being on a keeping your vibration high as much as possible, and non-judgmental, all those things that we hear about, living in love, harmony, connection, community, all together. It all sounds wonderful. Um, I think the more you think about it, that's more likely to come into your reality if that's what you truly desire in your reality. Because there's a lot of things perhaps in this 3D reality that you wouldn't want to continue thinking about.
Yeah, just don't want to give it attention.
No,
Yeah.
exactly. So don't, yeah, don't give it attention. Give what you do want attention, because we do create our own reality. And so what you're doing is just another tool in helping us achieve what we truly desire, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah. Yeah. I've done avaricences, don't you? I've done some
Yeah.
others.
It's on your website as well, isn't it? All about
Yeah,
the
yeah. Does anybody want to ask anything? Because I can see you looking down, so I can see there must be some.
can't
Mm.
see anything, and I can't get any comments up. I could go on the phone and try and
Oh no,
find.
don't worry. Don't worry. We can.
You see anything?
I can't from because I'm just on Zoom here.
Yeah,
So
no, I've tried before when I'm live, and I've had to
oh.
look afterwards because
Oh, that's fine. Well, if they've got any people got questions, I can always answer them
yeah,
later
lovely.
tomorrow. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. So I'll tell you about, so I've got love, because that's the key one. Okay, it's a bit blurred, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh
That's
no,
the,
that's clear. I saw it then.
it's like then I
There,
should go
yeah,
closer.
there. Oh, that's definitely it. Beautiful. Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
And how do you get the essence for that? Again, is it just intention of love?
Yeah, no,
What
it's the same process, but I think I kind of hand it over a lot to spirit. Like I don't try to make it happen. I just sit and get myself in that vibrational frequency and then just allow it to come. Yeah. So that's a really good one. I mean, there's so much I can say about them, but especially if like people go into a place of fear or get stressed, oh my God, there's going to be another war or something. There's a key time to take that. If you just get pulled out of, your your divinity, just to take that, just to really, really support you. And just it really lowers the barriers of the heart, just really, really opens you up. So that's quite a popular one. Actually, I'm going to take that on Adrian. Adrian's doing a Glastonbury event. When is that? Weekend after next. So I'm going to bring the love essence with me as a
doing one the
competition.
weekend to next?
Yeah, no, there's the big heart gathering, isn't there, in September?
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is another one. It's another one he's doing with Aneta Riga.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Lovely. But you're also doing that event with Adrian in Lyndhurst on Wednesday night.
Friday
No,
night.
Friday night.
Friday.
Friday
This
night.
this week. Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yes.
That'll be
Yes.
fun. Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
can't make that. I'm going to a quiz to support
Yeah.
the football club.
Yeah, yeah. Oh well, that'll be fun. That'll be
It
fun.
will, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. So,
Want to speak about that? Anything about that? Lyndhurst
so
Community.
Oh yeah, the Lyndhurst event. I'm purely talking, not purely. I'm talking about my journey, a bit a part of my personal part of my journey, my awakening, from when I was much younger, and then also how I got to do what I do today, how the light language came to me, um, and how I use light language today and the effects it has on other people. So I do Akashic record readings as well. So I'm going to talk about how, because I bring the light language through most of my work now. It's really good at, so I'm going to talk about the effects of that really and give some examples. Um, so, and I'll do a live transmission that night as well for the group. So yeah,
Brilliant.
I've got quite a lot to say on Friday. So
Oh,
yeah.
brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's in Lyndhurst Community Centre on Friday night. I can't remember. Is it £10 a ticket?
No, I think it's a fiver. It's
£5.
quite, yeah, it's
That's
fine.
with you and Adrian Lee, so that's incredible.
Yeah, yeah. It'll be
Brilliant.
great. It'll be great. Yeah. And I think they ask people to bring along some food and refreshments as well. So
Oh, that's right.
bring, you know,
Yes.
bring food, and then I think they supply the drinks, don't they? So yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, yeah.
I try and find, I think I've got the poster for it. I
Okay.
have, yeah, I'll share that just so
Mm,
that people can see.
yeah. We'll try to be sensible, and Adrian and I get a bit silly together. So
Well, he is.
so am I.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there it is.
There, yeah. So
Yeah.
that's it. 7 to 9:30. Oh yeah, free for members or £5 for any guests. But I mean that's just incredible, an evening for £5.
Yeah, it's a bargain, isn't it? What can you
A
get for
bargain.
£5? Mm,
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah. And
yeah,
I don't know if it says, oh yeah, please bring a plate of food to share for the interval. Tea and coffee will be provided. Oh
yeah.
yeah, that'd be very nice.
That's a lovely group down there, isn't it?
Oh, we are,
You've got a
really.
great
It's so
community.
lovely.
Mm,
Such a good community, all started from Stand in the Park and, right back 5 years ago. And then it just grew and grew. I think there's over 300 members now.
yeah, that's fantastic,
Wonderful.
isn't it? Yeah.
And you've always got support from every different area. Yeah, it's very, very lovely. And you'll
Yeah.
be moving down this way soon.
Yeah, I will next Monday. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm looking that way. Yeah, very excited. Very
yeah.
excited. Yeah, be closer to you all. Yeah. Mm.
Anything else you want to share with us about?
Yeah, the other thing was I do teach people to transmit light language. Well, I don't like to use the word teach. Sorry that the essence didn't switch that on for you, Jackie, but maybe it will come later.
You
Um,
hoped it would then?
well, no, I was joking. You said that to me. No, that wasn't my intention.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I imagine I don't know what is going on in your life. It was just a little gift for you to try to see. I mean, did you notice anything? Can you remember? I mean, I'm going to say you always come across you're so well balanced and positive. So,
I know. I don't like to say I didn't notice anything, but I just knew that my intelligence, without me knowing, would know how it's benefiting me. And it
yes,
will have benefited me in some way, without a doubt.
I
And I
know it
trust
will.
that with the crystals as well, because I don't, where some people can tune into a crystal, I don't even like to say I can't, but I don't feel that I can. But I still hold the crystals and trust that it's doing you know, whatever
Mm,
it does.
yeah, 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 yeah.
And
We're
I've
all,
got loads of crystals next to me. I mean, I just love them.
yeah, yeah,
But I
gorgeous.
don't actually feel anything from them. And that was another thing that we said last night, um, yeah, all the different mediumship courses and everything that I've been on. That's just not my path. It obviously is about hosting for me, or, just facilitating people to share what their gifts are. That's more where I am. It obviously isn't for me to be doing mediumship or anything really.
Yeah, you got a very powerful energy.
Thank you.
Mm, mm.
I'll take that.
You're bringing a lot of light into the world, Jackie. Yeah.
Oh, thanks. I mean, I just love what I do. So, you just accept that, because a girl from last night did email me today and say, I'm just the same as you, Jackie. I've been on all these courses and I don't feel I could. But that's not our path then, is it?
No, no, that's right. That's right. Yeah, yeah. I know we've got many choices, haven't we? But I think
Oh, without a doubt.
the soul's always guiding us. So and if we go down the wrong way, then well, not the wrong way. We just take a diversion. We always come back to where we're meant to
All
be.
for our growth, though, isn't it?
Yes, yeah, yeah. And you've just got to do what lights you up, haven't you? I mean, that's
Absolutely.
why I love what I do, and just love to see people changing and their light to switch back on, if it's become a bit dimmer. So yeah,
Exactly.
really blessed, very blessed. Yeah. What else did I want to share with you? Yeah, so I switch. So basically, with light language, I just help switch it on for people. So I run courses on that. Yeah.
Seen that happen then, that someone's actually been able to after you.
Yeah. I haven't done any in person for a while, but I have done, and I do them I do it online as well. But I also find that sometimes it's almost like when it's ready to pop, it just happens anyway. So I've someone I've known for a long most of my life, really. I don't even know, she might even be watching tonight. So she she got in touch with me. We're always in touch very, very loosely, but she started coming to my, I do meditation classes with light language healing and clearing and all sorts, and I choose a different theme, and I do those classes twice a month. And she started coming, and within no time she said, Siobhan, I'm making all these strange noises, and like my hands are moving. And I said, it's happening to you. So, I think sometimes it can be really, really simple. It's just like when it's ready to happen, it's ready to happen. And when I think back to when I very first started transmitting light language, there really weren't that many people doing it. They were channeling, not that I was aware of. Like if you went onto YouTube, really there weren't that many people. And now, all these years later, I mean, if you go on there, Christ, there's just you've got so much choice. And I think that's because of the vibration of the planet has changed. Everyone's embodying more light, and it just comes if it's your calling.
Exactly,
So,
yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
no, it's lovely. And
yeah,
I saw you do animal communication as well, which I find
I
absolutely
do,
fascinating.
I do, yeah. That just came to me. I was doing a healing course with animals, and we just did a few hours on animal communication, and it's just something that came. So yeah, I have some people that get in touch with me regularly. They just want a little update on their pussycat or their dog, just to find out how they're doing. And then I also do it for dogs that mostly dogs, people that come to me because their dogs have passed over and
Yeah,
they want to communicate with them. Oh, and it's so heartbreaking, but it really
absolutely.
helps them and gives them so much comfort. I guess like when people go to see mediums and they've lost a loved one, it just brings you back to a place of peace. So yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
thank you. Is there anything else you want to?
All right, just you can look on the website. Two more essences. One is earth, one is peace. Okay. Peace really helps you have compassion for others. So perhaps
Gosh, I
those
was just saying, I didn't know you still had anything. Yeah.
no, I got four, but I have to tell people because I'm going to do a fifth one. Yeah, no, don't worry, Jackie. So there's peace, okay? It's really good if you're wired, if your central nervous system is just on overdrive, but it's just for me, it's just like taking a great big deep breath, just slows everything down. It does much, much more than that, but that's just the basics. And then the last one I made was earth. And my intention really was to help people be rooted and grounded, because that's something that I've struggled with most of my life. I'm kind of really out there. And it's really true embodiment. So it's really helping you like embody all those parts of you, like your multidimensional self, all those parts of you out there that you may not be conscious of, and embodying your light. And it also does a lot of work around clearing ancestral patterns, programming, conditioning, all the energy that's not helpful for us now. So I've got a friend actually, and she messaged me this week and she just said, oh, I'm just mixing them all together and they're really helping me. So,
Wow,
but
it works.
it was, I think it's nice to work one at a time so you can really get a great sense of what's going on with you within you and how it's helping you. But I'm going to do another one, Jackie. And I did put a post out yesterday on social media to say, can anyone guess the essence, the next one? And someone got it really early on. Her name's Birgitta Visser. She got it. She's a friend of mine. She got it. So the next one's going to be courage. Yeah.
And
So
when you said about the earth, I'll just say that while I think of
yeah,
it. You
yeah,
know, if you mix the letters round its heart,
Yeah,
And
beautiful.
we live on the heart of the universe, so
Yeah,
Earth is the
yeah.
heart of the universe, so
Oh,
that's really nice.
that's beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, well, how did you choose courage then? Did that just come to you, or you just thought that would be
It just came to me. I mean, it popped in a while ago. I didn't know if to do strength or courage, and then actually I had a conversation with a friend the other day, and it just came in that way. And I think right now we all need a bit of courage at times, don't we? You know?
doubt? Yeah. And
Yeah,
so that again then is intention. You're thinking of courage
yeah, yeah,
and all the connotations that go with that, and that goes into the essence.
yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, it'll just be the energy of courage because that will be individual to every person. Because I think what the beauty about these essences is it's like they speak to your being. So even though, like, half a dozen people might have the ascension essence, but it will work with them in its own way because it's divine intelligence. So there's this kind of exchange always going on. Um, so courage now. So I've had some stuff going on in my life recently, as you know, and so I'm having to be pretty brave right now. So
Yeah.
it's already begun with me. So yeah, let's see what unfolds. So
Two
yeah,
things have come to mind there then.
yeah,
One is, because I know someone that makes um, oil creams, for different chakras.
yes, yeah.
And she's had one of those aura photos taken before putting the cream on and then straight after putting the cream on. And the difference in the aura picture is
Oh,
amazing. And it just made me think, wouldn't that be amazing if you could just try the essence, do the aura photo, then take the essence and see what the. And also, there was another test I was thinking, oh yeah, the Vader Alston. Um, put one little drop into a petri of water, uh, lovely, not filtered water, even better than that, structured water.
structured water. Yeah, I structure the water with these. I just do it.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
brilliant. Yeah, so
yeah.
putting one drop into a small petri dish and then seeing what the crystal's like for each of those names.
That would be amazing, wouldn't it?
Wouldn't it? Yeah,
Yeah,
so amazing.
yeah.
Are you
And
going to Vader's evening?
no, I'm not. No.
No,
'Cause
well, the
I
tickets
wasn't,
sold out in 12 hours,
I
so I
know.
mean, there wasn't much hope.
I'd love to, but I wasn't sure where I was going to be at that
Oh, of
time. So
course,
I
yeah, there
chose
is
not
that as
to.
well.
No, but that's really great. It'd be good to do that. Yeah, it's because people like to see something as well, don't they,
Yeah,
Jackie?
to see
So,
the difference or, yeah, what the water looked like without the drop and what it looks like with the drop. It's just
yeah,
yeah, you don't
yeah,
need to, but it's just interesting, isn't it?
yeah, yeah. Oh, and I want to share something with you. We're going back quite some years now, and there was a lady I knew in Kent, and she had use this incredible like technology, and she could read people's blood. So she'd take a drop of blood and she'd put it on the dish, and then she ran it through some kind of quantum machine, and then she'd have an image of it up on the wall, and it would show that person's blood, and she could read it. So she could see where there were like imbalances mentally, emotionally, physically, whatever. And then she'd sit with them and she did a whole report. So I went to her house a while ago, and I was doing some work with sound bowls at that time. So she had, those beautiful, I call them alchemy bowls, the really, really expensive ones. They cost
Yeah.
hundreds and thousands. Yeah. She wanted me to help her tune the bowls. So I did light language to retune them where they were a bit off balance, where she'd loaned them to other people and so on. But anyway, she said one day, I'd like you to I want to do a little bit of an experiment here. So my friend was there, and so she took his blood and did whatever she was doing. I can't remember the machinery she had right now. And then she got me to do a light language transmission for him, and then she looked at the blood again, and it was completely different.
Hey,
It was amazing, amazing. Yeah,
same bit of blood,
it it
but because it was connected to him.
Yeah, so she took 2 samples
She took 2
before
samples.
before and after.
Oh,
And
amazing.
it changed. His whole vibration had changed, and the blood was, I mean, I don't know much about blood cells, but you could just see, you could see them up on this big screen, like dancing around, and they were more whole and perfect. It was just phenomenal. There's so much more for us to, to
Without a doubt.
explore, you know.
You know, those things that Joe Hayes, these,
Oh, the
that he's, yeah,
Orinoco.
the Orinocos, that
Yeah.
helps your blood go around your body more
Oh, okay.
beautifully.
Yeah, I should know that because I spent a day with
Of
him.
course you did,
We did
yeah.
our fair. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
can we give a shout out to Linda Lou as well? Bless her heart. She had a little operation today or
Oh,
yesterday. She's very fine, thankfully, and she's home. But she's such a support to Tim, to Joe, to me, to many of us. And so I thought, oh, I'll give a shout out to her tonight. She's in New
oh,
York.
oh, okay.
And
Oh,
she was supposed to be coming over at the end of the month, for Tim and Mia's do, but yeah, couldn't come because of that. But yeah, she's doing very well, so that's lovely. If we can all think
that's
of,
great. Yeah,
sending a little bit of healing. And
yeah.
also there's someone in the community that everyone but everyone, even on here, would know, that we'll just send a little bit of healing to her as well. No need to say a name, but the intention will
Okay.
go where it's needed.
Okay, yeah, that's lovely. Yeah,
And
good.
for Linda. So
Yeah.
yeah, lovely to see you again, Siobhan.
And
And
you, Jackie.
obviously where you're moving nearer to us, we'll see a lot more of you soon.
Yeah, I'm very excited about that. Yeah. Thank you for having me on. And yeah, I'll have a look later to see if there are any questions, and then
Oh, good. Yeah, do that.
I'll
Any
do that.
questions at all,
Yeah.
Siobhan will look at,
Yeah,
and
people
or if
can
I can
always,
answer.
yeah, people can always phone me or email me, or, I'm very
And
happy
that's from the
to.
website. It's easy to get in touch with you. So
Yeah,
just that name, Siobhan Purcell.
yeah, okay, cool.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thanks anyone that's watching.
Thank you,
And
Jack.
this will go on my YouTube, Jackie White, later tonight.
Oh, fabulous. Oh, you're speedy. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I can do that.
Yeah. Superwoman.
Thank you.
Thank you,
All right.
Jackie. Lots of
Lots of
love.
love.
Bye.